Hello there, Eric back again, your Learning Futurist. Well, in this video I'd like to talk a phenomenon that's happening called TikTokification. Perhaps you're aware of the popular app TikTok. All the kids are on it these days, but other apps, other platforms are trying to get you to doom scroll as well. Scroll, scroll, scroll. That's what TikTok does best. They do it so well. They're getting at that attention economy that we want to talk about so well. Other apps are starting to copy this, and some people are not so happy about it. But there's deeper things around this. The idea of TikTokification, it gets at the surveillance economy, the attention economy, issues around content curation and social media, and how humans use the internet. So in this video, let's talk about TikTokification, the curation conundrum, the surveillance economy, and more. Coming right up. All right, so TikTok has been in the news for various reasons. One thing that really sparked my interest recently is Tristan Harris was on 60 Minutes, and he unveiled how different TikTok is in China to the rest of the world, how the Chinese government does not allow the type of TikTok that we get here in the Western world to be seen in China. TikTok is full of educational videos and other things like that. We get the quote unquote, what he says, the opium version of the broccoli version of TikTok in the rest of the world. But that's near here or there. What I'm getting at that this video is the use of TikTok and how it is taking the attention economy, the engagement algorithms to a whole new level, and we're seeing some deleterious effects and second-order effects across the board. But even worse, other platforms see how well TikTok gets you to go down the rabbit hole and doom scroll and pull out information about how you can keep someone's attention with algorithmic data and looking to copy it. And a lot of people using these platforms and pushing this aren't so happy about it. So first of all, why do companies want to copy TikTok? TikTokification is not necessarily the popularization of the app. TikTokification is the use of this system to just scroll through short-form video that's highly curated and keeps you with the help of AI and other things to know what you like to see, and just to keep you watching that phone for as long as possible. And TikTok's so good at this, other companies want to copy it. But it's not just about keeping your attention. It's about being safe with content curation. Now, this is a pitfall for any social media company. Anybody that's following Twitter recently knows that they're just in a big conundrum there. But the way that TikTok is used, many people don't know how it basically works. It takes your video, and it's like the internet marketing A/B test on steroids. It'll show it to a handful of people. If they watch the whole thing, if they watch it twice, if they click like, then it shows it to 5 to 10 more people and tests it out again and again and again and again. And ultimately, it gets to maybe a real person within TikTok or their parent company, ByteDance, and they will see if it aligns with their values and releases it. And then it might go even super viral, where it tests it with large audience. So what this means is only a few things go super viral, and the rest of it gets a handful of views for the rest of it, which is a very different approach than Instagram or Facebook, because those are in an algorithm based on your connections and your past usage, not necessarily just what it tests as in a larger audience. So what this means for a lot of creators is you're not going to be seen as much, because even though you might have a lot of connections, it only shows you what you think you want to see. It's being able to curate that system for you, which is a lot closer to what you see in traditional television, right? Appointment viewing, it's highly curated. You get this, everyone gets to see roughly the same things, or They get to see only things that think you want to see. So the platform is deciding more about what you see, not who you like, what things you do. It's gathering that information and deciding those things for you. So this is safer from a company standpoint because they can better control what their users are seeing. But on the other end of things, that's why there's this human portion that gets kind of a firewall between the viral and the super viral, because then they get to see what tests well and what's being popular before they let it go to everybody else. So the system is a little bit safer. So that's one reason why we see this a lot. And this can help a company use the law protecting them with the ability to curate things on their platform and not be seen as going against free speech, known as Section 230. So the curation conundrum is slightly less dangerous as a social media platform company standpoint when using the algorithms in this way. The second is about the attention economy, and this is what TikTok is so good at. Let me just read some stats here that shows how good TikTok is about this. TikTok is the fastest ever to reach 1 billion users. They reached it in, I think, quarter the time of most of the other big platforms like Instagram and Facebook. This is a startling thing that I didn't know existed. TikTok was viewed 2.5 times more collectively than all the time people spent watching Netflix. So all of that Netflix and chill that we've seen throughout the entire world, which I think is something like 9 trillion minutes. Now, TikTok was viewed something like 22.7 trillion minutes in 2021. That is a huge, staggering number, which means TikTok is super good at keeping your eyes glued to the screen. So the more your eyes are glued to the screen, this goes to the engagement algorithms. That means they can show you more ads. They can engage you more. You're more likely to click. You're more likely to buy. You're more likely to be shown more advertisements, which means revenue goes up. Of course, other platforms want to use this type of thing to help increase their ad revenue. Double average the screen time over Facebook users. So whatever TikTok is doing with their short form video and being able just to doom scroll gets their monthly active users on their platform using it for twice the amount of time that active users are using Facebook. So even though Facebook is really good at knowing who you are, they got a bunch of data about you, and they're showing you a news feed that they think is relevant to you, TikTok is doing it twice as good, right? Because they're showing you what they think you want to see, not because of what you choose or who your friends are. And of course, on the economy side, the creator side, there are more people getting, because there's few people that go super viral, there are few creators making tons and tons of money on TikTok, usually these short form videos, and it is becoming the fastest growing creator influencer economy on the web. So of course, other people are looking to copy this. So a couple of examples are Instagram is making a lot of changes to their Reels. Reels are their short form video that look a lot like TikTok videos. They're pushing it very hard, making current Instagram users feel like they're being pushed into behaviors that they don't necessarily are used to or want to do. So that's Facebook's and Instagram's view. YouTube came out with Shorts, which is basically copying TikTok in their exact same thing. And they are pushing this hardcore with their algorithms as well. So they're got their creators making short form content. A lot of people are just taking what they make for TikTok and putting it into YouTube Shorts. And they are pushing Shorts onto their regular YouTube viewers very intensely. So what they're saying to creators is, if you want to become viral, you want to become more popular, you want to get your content in front of more viewers, make Shorts, because they're pushing it so hard, which It goes against what they used to push, right? They used to push slightly between 10, 15-minute videos for a time. Then they pushed long form videos for a time. Now they're pushing shorts. So whatever creator you are, of course, you're at the whim of anything that these platforms might change. So if you're a creator being upset over this, just know that this is just the way things are going to go, and you shouldn't put all your eggs in one social media basket if you're a creator. So coming back to this, right? TikTokification, other companies like Facebook, YouTube, and even Twitter's pushing their video short form video content a little harder too. Who knows what they're going to be doing in the future, though. Twitter's a big question mark, though. But TikTokification is the attention economy on steroids and at scale, and all the other social media companies are trying to compete for that attention, and they're losing out, and so they want to copy it. What is this doing to our brains? A whole bunch of stuff. I just read a study just the other day that shows that people that watch TikTok for a large amount of time are starting to lower their attention spans. I started using TikTok about a year ago, and I was immediately noticed that how it just grabs you and keeps you watching. And I noticed that I have to not open the TikTok app, or else I'll just get distracted and start watching videos. I've actually started creating TikTok videos last year, and I find that, as you might tell, it doesn't really fit my personality, because I talk a lot about a specific issue, and it doesn't fit into these short-term form videos very well. So why are people like Instagram a little bit pushing back against this TikTokification? Well, of course, you're used to connecting with the people you are following on Instagram, or connected to on Facebook, or subscribed to on YouTube. And of course, TikTokification means that these things are going to be curated more heavily for you. Now, this is going to come in key as I see this moving towards the future. So they want to curate things for you. Other thing is that we don't need everybody to start copying each other to compete for our attention. So that means all the social media platforms are kind of in a race to the bottom, just to make sure that your eyeballs are on their screens or on their platforms to sell ads, when really we're looking for different apps, different ads, different social media platforms to give us different things, right? For example, I use Facebook more to share with my friends and family about what's going on with me in Japan. A lot of my family's are around the world, mostly in the United States. And I use YouTube to learn from other creators, other researchers, right? I have specific views. People on Instagram have their specific things, right? They have their influencers that they follow, but they don't see them as much anymore. And the creators that used to make a ton of money are very upset. People like the Kardashians, for example, want to sue Twitter because their influence and their profit margins are really being cut into when they change their algorithms to push these reels onto their viewers, their app users. So do we need all platforms just to try to get our attention? We want value, I would think, as users of these platforms. We want to use them a certain way, to have things curated for us a little bit more deeply, maybe not be the thing that users want. Of course, like I mentioned earlier in this video, it might be better for the company as a whole, as far as revenue, being able to stay away from legal problems, and getting your attention and keeping it on the screen for all those reasons. Next, the surveillance economy. So now let's connect this to what's going to be happening as we move towards the future. So TikTok is owned by ByteDance. And in the surveillance economy, they are something to look out for, because they are connected to virtual reality. ByteDance bought Pico, which is the kind of seen as the biggest competitor to the Quest line that was Oculus and now is owned by Meta, formerly Facebook. So you can see how this is starting to connect together. If this way of trying to get your attention, and we're getting so good at it with this short form video, getting you to scroll endlessly, through my research of knowing what we can do in virtual reality and augmented reality, because we're giving more data, more feedback, this can be amplified even worse. So if we don't get ahead of this, what this is doing on a societal level to all of us with our attention spans and how we use these things, again, in a race to the bottom for ad revenue, as we start to connect these things, TikTok with Pico, Facebook with the Quest line and Oculus devices, we could be in some big trouble, because all of these issues have a big possibility of being exacerbated as we start putting our phone on the face, starting giving up things like our biometric data as we use these and connect with our content, be in our content. So, what do you think about the TikTokification of social media and the TikTokification at large in the race to the bottom of our brain stems for attention moving forward? Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this idea. I hope we can be a little more purposeful with how we use social media moving forward. That's what I like to teach my students in our digital literacy class here anyway. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.